Look, I'm just going to say it right up front. I haven't bought a single bag of wood mulch in 3 years. Not one. And my garden beds? They're covered in about 4 inches of beautiful, weed-suppressing natural mulch that literally makes itself while I sleep. I know that sounds completely ridiculous, but stick with me here because I'm about to show you the actual measurements, the before and after photos, and the 6 specific perennials that completely replaced my need for traditional mulch. And we're talking about real, measurable results, not some vague gardening theory. So, 3 years ago, I was spending probably $200 every spring on bagged mulch. I'd haul it home, spread it around, and within 6 months it would break down, compact, and I'd be staring at bare soil again by fall. The weeds would come back, the soil would dry out faster, and the whole cycle would start over. Then I started noticing something interesting in the parts of my garden where I had dense plantings of certain perennials. The ground underneath them was absolutely carpeted with decomposing leaves. It was dark, moist, and there were basically zero weeds breaking through. The plants were creating their own mulch layer just by doing what they naturally do, dropping foliage. That's when I decided to run an actual test. I stopped mulching 6 different garden beds entirely. Each bed got planted densely with one of 6 perennials that I suspected would create enough leaf drop to self-mulch, and I started measuring. The first perennial I tested was hostas, and these things are absolute workhorses for creating natural mulch. Now, I planted a mix of larger varieties, the ones with those big, broad leaves, spacing them closer together than you'd normally see. By the end of their first season, when those leaves died back in fall, they created a layer about an inch thick. Not amazing, but promising. But here's where it gets good. Year 2, that layer was nearly 3 inches deep because the new leaves fell on top of the previous year's partially decomposed material. By year 3, and this is what I measured just last month, I've got a consistent 4-inch layer of dark, crumbly organic matter under those hostas. I literally got down on my hands and knees and measured it in multiple spots with a ruler. The leaves from hostas break down at this perfect rate where they're suppressing weeds and retaining moisture, but they're also decomposing fast enough that they're not creating a matted, impenetrable layer. And the soil underneath? It's transformed. It's darker, richer, and full of earthworms. The second perennial that absolutely blew me away was epimedium, sometimes called barrenwort. This is a plant that a lot of gardeners overlook, but it's an incredible ground cover. The leaves are semi-evergreen in my area, meaning they stick around through most of winter before finally dropping in early spring right when new growth emerges. I planted epimedium in a shady bed under some oak trees where literally nothing else wanted to grow. The coverage became so dense by the second year that I could barely see the soil. When I measured the mulch depth this spring, I was seeing between 3.5 to 4 inches of leaf litter. What's remarkable about epimedium is that those leaves are kind of leathery, so they break down a bit slower than hostas, creating this really persistent layer. The third plant was hardy geraniums, the true geraniums, not those annual pelargoniums everyone calls geraniums. I specifically used varieties like Geranium macrorhizum, which has aromatic foliage. These plants create massive mounds of leaves that completely smother the ground. When those leaves die back, they create this interlocking mat that weeds simply cannot penetrate. I measured about 3 inches of natural mulch under my hardy geranium bed after 2 full growing seasons. And bonus, the decomposing leaves seem to deter some pests, possibly because of the aromatic oils in the foliage. Now, the fourth perennial was lady's mantle, or Alchemilla mollis. This plant has those beautiful scalloped leaves that collect water droplets, and it self-seeds moderately, which actually helps fill in any gaps. The leaf drop from lady's mantle created about 3 to 3.5 inches of mulch by year 3. What I really appreciated about lady's mantle was how evenly it distributed that leaf litter. The leaves are fairly uniform in size, so they create this consistent blanket rather than having thick spots and thin spots. The decomposed material underneath had this almost compost-like quality. The fifth one was Brunera macrophylla, sometimes called Siberian bugloss. This is another shade lover with big heart-shaped leaves. I planted the variegated varieties because I wanted the visual interest, but the leaf drop is identical. Brunera created about 3 inches of mulch depth after 2 seasons, And it's particularly good at spreading to fill space, which means fewer gaps where weeds might sneak through. And the sixth perennial that made my list was masterwort, or astrantia. This one's a bit different because the foliage is more finely divided, but the sheer volume of leaves it produces compensates for that. I measured about 2.5 to 3 inches under my astrantia planting, which is the thinnest of the six, but still completely adequate for weed suppression and moisture retention. Now, let me talk about what I actually did to make this work, because you can't just plunk down 1 or 2 of these plants and expect miracles. The key is density. I planted these perennials much closer together than the traditional spacing recommendations. Instead of giving each hosta 18 inches, I went with about 12 inches. Instead of spacing epimedium a foot apart, I did 8 inches. This closer spacing meant the canopies overlap by the second growing season, creating that solid coverage that prevents weed seeds from germinating in the first place. And when the leaves drop, there's enough volume to create a real layer rather than just a scattering of foliage. I also stopped being obsessive about fall cleanup in these beds. That was hard for me at first because I'm one of those gardeners who used to cut everything back and clean everything up before winter. But I learned to let those leaves lie. They're not messy, they're mulch. The only maintenance I do now is a light cleanup in early spring where I remove any leaves that have blown into pathways or onto hardscaping, but the vast majority of that leaf litter stays right where it falls, and by mid-spring it's already partially broken down and working its way into the soil. The results have been kind of staggering. My water usage in these beds has dropped noticeably because that mulch layer is retaining moisture just like wood mulch would. Weeds are virtually non-existent. I'm talking maybe pulling 5 or 6 weeds per bed per entire season compared to constant weeding before. And the soil quality has improved dramatically because I'm essentially adding organic matter every single year. So if you're tired of buying mulch, hauling mulch, spreading mulch, and replacing mulch year after year, try this approach. Pick 1 or 2 of these 6 perennials that work for your light conditions and plant them densely in a test bed. Let them do their thing. Let those leaves fall and decompose naturally. Measure the results. I think you're going to be shocked at how quickly these plants create their own self-renewing mulch layer that works just as well as anything you'd buy in a bag.